and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another Sims 4 speed build for you, and this is actually a continuation of my speed build from the other day. And in case you didn't see that one, or like you don't remember which one I'm talking about, I actually ended up taking an apartment in Myshuno and actually splitting it up into like two different apartments. And you can play this either like in the same household or like get a roommate and like you technically just live in one of them, and you can like lock the doors and stuff so they like stay within their own specific apartments. But I figured this might be nice because some of these apartments are just so big and you're not always playing with like a huge family, so it might be nice to just have something a little bit smaller. And I actually built this one over on my Twitch channel. The link is down below if you ever want to come hang out with us. And to be honest, I had no idea how I wanted to decorate this apartment. However, what I decided to do was actually grab that rug that we just got with the Horse Ranch pack, and I just found a swatch that I felt like I hadn't used, or I don't know when I would use it. And so we landed on using this really pretty, it almost looks like a mountainscape, but it has that like beige, orange, kind of reddish tones in there, and I thought that was so pretty. And we decided that maybe this sim is really into wellness and yoga, so that's kind of the theme we went with. And so I use a lot of that like pinky orange red kind of clay tone everywhere, and I think it turned out really nicely. Like I even included like a small cactus sand zen garden area in this home, which I thought looked really cute. And something I forgot to mention in the last voiceover, so I did end up using a platform in the last one. So the other apartment in this apartment, that sounds so weird. The other half of this apartment does have a platform in it, and this one also has a platform in it. Now, in case you didn't know, when you upload these to the gallery, specifically when you upload apartments to the gallery, it doesn't let you upload with platforms, which honestly is still really frustrating. I really wish they would give us that ability since we can use platforms, and that's why I typically don't use platforms in apartments, because like they get lost, you know. And sometimes I also have issues just uploading them. Like they're just sometimes just complicated to use. But this one I was able to upload, and basically, you'll just have to create the platforms yourself, which basically just amounts to you like walling off the area and then just like raising it up. I think the space that I have in this apartment is just like one notch, and the other apartment I think is 2 or 3 notches. So you just have to raise it a little bit, and then like in the other apartment, you'll just have to add back the stairs. But hopefully that's not too bad if you do decide to download it. And so now this apartment is actually up on the Sims 4 gallery under my ID Spice and Sprinkles. I'll mark all lowercase and down in the description if you want to see it written out. So in case you wanted to download the last one, it is now actually up on the gallery. And I kind of went with a lot of the items from Desert Luxe. So it's kind of like this deserty, like landscape kind of inspired apartment. So you can see I use that really pretty mural on the wall. It almost looks like it's almost a landscape from the horse pack, do you know what I mean? And we also use one of the pictures that came with the horse pack, and I keep calling it just horse pack. It's the Horse Ranch expansion pack, to be like particular. It's just like, I feel like we have so many packs at this point, like I can never remember what they are all called. But anyways, we also use the landscape painting in the like foyer entryway area as well. And of course, using those lovely curtains that we got with Desert Luxe, and that is the fireplace from Snowy Escape. And I tried to keep the furnishings a little more minimal. Like I didn't want it to be like super packed with stuff, which was a bit of a struggle for me, because there's like some corners where I'm like, I could just add a plant or add something else, but I was like, no, we're not going to do that. Like it'll be fine, it'll still look good. And I think it does. I am actually really pleased with the way this one came out. I feel like I almost need to make a whole house off of it, but I mean, that sounds silly because this apartment is like a full apartment with a bedroom and a bathroom and all of that kind of stuff. And I think it turned out well, and I don't know if I really need to do it again. I don't know. Anyways, I just kind of went on a tangent about that. But I did actually end up using that chair in the corner that we got with the Horse Ranch pack. And I'm not going to lie, I don't necessarily like care for that chair overall. I think it looks really good like in this swatch, and I think it matches this aesthetic really well, but I don't know how often I'm going to use it otherwise. Now, the ottoman we got with the pack though, I do really like, and I love using ottomans in my spaces, whether it's literally just a place to sit, or sometimes I like size it down, put it near another chair as if it were like a footrest kind of thing. But I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent there about ottomans, but anyways, in this entrance area, we kind of just add in a little place to kind of drop all your stuff when you come in the door. And I'm trying to remember if I put a mirror over here or not. I don't think I do, because I end up using the Jungle Adventure mirror kind of like right next to that area. So I figured like you might not need that. So I guess we'll find out though. I'm trying to remember. And it's so funny because I just took the screenshots for this and I can't remember like what in the world is happening. It's fine. You know what? It's Friday. Like, I feel like my brain is just like, you know what? It is already the weekend. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and like turn off real quick and it'll be fine. I'll see you on Monday. But anyways, this is where we're adding that little like garden plant area, and I just thought it looked so pretty, and just bringing some cacti in here and like again just adding to that like deserty kind of aesthetic. And then that's where I ended up putting the big mirror, which I thought would be really nice, and kind of using that space. And I don't have a dedicated office space in this like apartment, however I did put a laptop like on the bar counter because I figured that might be a good place for your sim to use it. I don't know if this is something they would use a lot, since this is a sim that's like into wellness and yoga and everything. I feel like might run classes versus like needing to do stuff on the computer, if that makes sense. And correct me, I don't think you need like a computer that much if you're doing wellness, but I could be wrong. And then I just kind of added this like dedicated meditation yoga space in this bedroom, which I thought ended up looking really cute. And this is where we actually added the platform in there, so your sim can just step up on that because it's only one step, so your sim doesn't have any issues. And this has been play tested, by the way. Both of the apartments have been, so fingers crossed, like unless your game does something weird or you know the gallery does something weird, you shouldn't have any issues with your sims being able to use everything. I like double checked. And I will say that the like yoga area was kind of experimental for me. I actually end up using one of those like fountain walls there, along with some like ivy and stuff on the wall, so it looks like a really cool space. Like I could imagine there being like, you know, that nice water sound, and like we end up putting like a little incense burner on like a stool in the corner of that space. And I end up putting some like rocks over there as well, because I think I end up putting like I think I put the sand under there too, kind of mimicking what's out there in that like desert planter box thing I created. And then just adding in here just a space for your sims to like keep all of their things, which obviously is not necessary. And they do have a mirror, but I don't know, I kind of like having a closet in here. And I do end up swapping out the door for the bathroom. I like the sliding door, but I think it felt too plain. I don't know if that makes any sense. It just wasn't quite what I wanted once I actually was finishing up the build. So I'm pretty sure we end up swapping that out actually. And I think it ends up looking really nice. And the way I also set up the bathroom, we end up using like a walk-in shower kind of thing. And I did something that I've done before in one of my builds. I put up like a little divider wall, and I used like a window there, which I've done before, but I used the one from Eco Lifestyle, which kind of looks like a triangle, like a little bump out. And I end up putting some, like I put a cactus in there, and I think I end up putting a couple rocks and stuff in there. So it kind of adds to that really like natural kind of aesthetic. And we put like a rock wall behind that fountain, and you know it was kind of bothering me that you could see it above the fountain, so I just kind of add some of those like, I don't know, those like rock pieces from Jungle Adventure there. And honestly, I think the bathroom came out really nicely, and like honestly I feel like it came out like just really relaxing and calming. Like I feel like it'd be a really cool bathroom to have. And you'll see here, this is where I end up putting in that like triangular like window, and your sim can get to all of this stuff. And I also tried to put like a little water feature in there, however the water feature ended up putting like a weird like pattern on the ground, like a water pattern, which kind of just made it look like there's a leak in your shower. So we end up taking that out but we do end up leaving a cactus in there, and I just think it looks really cool and blends in and kind of brings it like full circle in terms of, you know, the coloration and some of those plants and like natural pieces that I feel like are, you know, a part of this apartment. And like I said, I just kind of took that little like triangular piece and raised it up. And also, sorry if my voice sounds kind of weird, my allergies are bothering me right now. Like I think like a new type of pollen has emerged where I live, and my body is not super excited about it. So I feel like I've been having so many like allergy problems. But anyways, just like in case I sound funny, that is because of just, you know, my allergies. I have a lot of them. But I'm just kind of finishing up some final touches here, and like I said, swapping out that door, I think made a lot more room here. Oh, I end up using like a door that kind of reminds me of the front door, but anyways, I think it made it look a little bit better. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I hope you have a really sweet day. Bye, everybody. I'm walking in